Good morning, Miss Jeter.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, they haven't converted her yet. They're still working on her, though. I'm good. What'd you have to do? Go get some alcohol?
Yeah, I had to get me some tequila.
There you go. Warm and fuzzy on Monday morning.
That's right.
Red Solo Cup. I fill you up after every class.
I just do what you do.
Brings a fruitcake, gets fired. I ain't kidding you. Some of these teachers can get away with all kinds of stuff. I bring a fruitcake to class and I get in trouble. I don't understand it. Y'all know what it is.
It's the Russians.
It's a conspiracy, exactly. All right, so here's the question she sent. And for your purposes and for test purposes, I'm going to go through and do everything, just like I did in the last one. And then we'll address any problems that the homework question had, because I don't like that homework question because it's too long. So I'm going to take this, and I want y'all to go ahead and work on it. Control C. And the first thing we do is put everything what?
In order.
In order. So let's go ahead and do that.
Did I already send this one?
All right, I put them in order for you. So now let's go over here, and we're also going to do the 5-number summary. Well, I'm not going to do the 5-number summary. Why?
Because we don't have the median yet.
There's only 6 numbers. So I'm not going to do a 5-number summary.
I think we already did this one.
Guys. Say again.
Hey, we already did this one, Hubert.
Well, you sent it.
There was another one that I could not send that I sent also.
Yeah, I got it. You said, here's the email, and I took the information off the email.
Okay, so one of them we did last week, but then the next one that I sent we did not do, and I think that's the one I sent like through your email.
I will see. It only says in my email, it just says 6B15. I can't pull it up. The picture, I can't pull it up. So let me go to your homework. I thought I pulled up number 15 from your homework.
Well, if you did, that's the one we did last week, but there's another one that was new that it wouldn't allow me to send.
Is it that one?
Yeah, that one right there, yeah.
That one? All right,
yeah.
Let me pull that one up then. You have a email. Okay, so here we go. This is number 17 in the book. I guess it's number 10 online. Number 10 online, number 17 in the book. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to take this one, Control X. I'm going to pull it down here, Control V. I'm going to put them in order. Glad you could join us. Put that in order. I don't know if they're in order or not. Now they are. And I'm going to go over here. And I'm just going to I'm going to make sure it's big enough. There we go. Mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Okay, I want you to go ahead and do what you can for both. And I'm going to put this, I'm just going to copy everything after. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right now and give y'all, okay, somebody check the second group. Did I check the mean, the median, and the SD, the standard deviation? Somebody check that for me and make sure.
Look
okay?
Did you
The
get
mean on both of them look off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look, I was about to say, that's off,
Standard deviation.
that's
All
not
right,
right.
okay, let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Say it.
You
That's
are
not
wrong.
right, Hebert.
Okay, there we go. You have one person say it and then 3 people say something. They try to outdo each other after the one person says it. Oh, that drives me bananas.
It's
All right, I'm
okay.
gonna try the mean again. Summation of all these numbers divided by 6. Is that it?
Yeah.
Summation of all these numbers divided by 6.
I didn't get that.
Maybe I
It's
hit
taken-
5 or something.
It's taking the mean of all the data below it.
I'm sorry.
If you
what?
look back, like if you undo it, it said it was taking O plus O through whatever for the mean.
Okay, what about now? Is it right? 0.49?
Yes.
Okay. Y'all check the other numbers and make sure, because I copied and pasted. I want to make sure everything copied and pasted okay. What did you get for the standard? What did y'all get for the standard deviation of the second group?
.09.
0.092. What did y'all get for the standard deviation of the first one? Okay. I don't know why the second one is different. Okay, check it and make sure. All right, so make sure that the numbers, I think the numbers are okay. It looks like, let's see, 524.5, 3.1024. Yeah, it looks good. All right, now, what do we do with that? Well, we take the standard deviation, and I'm going to go ahead and put the mean in the middle, right there. And, of course, I can't stand when everything's to the, there. And I'm going to take equals this number plus the standard deviation, and I'm going to lock that and hit enter, and then I'm going to copy that 2 places to the right. And then over here, I'm going to say minus standard deviation, F4, and copy 2 places to the left. And that is your normal curve. Now I'm not going to do the 5-number summary, because the 5-number summary, well, we could, but we'll go ahead and do it just for practice. I don't have my whiteboard pulled up. Hold on a second. So here's your normal curve. And you can fill it in. Let's take our normal, be right in there. And then our unusual, be right there. And then, no, I don't do anything in red, but outliers be out here. Now we did the 5-number summary. We have to, and the only reason I'm going to do a 5-number summary is it might help us see what our data is doing. So I'm going to go over here, right here. Well, let's go ahead and do, let's see, this is right at the number 5, so it'll be right at number 15. So I'm going to highlight this. It probably is not going to work, but I'll try it anyway. Control C, put it at number 15. 0.494, 0.494. Y'all check my numbers and see if it does it there. I think it's doing okay there. I'm gonna put the 5-number summary right here. And it's gonna be kind of cramped, but you have notes. You can put it wherever you need to put it. Then, first, second, third, and max. And the max is going to be equal to this guy. Min is going to be equal to this guy. And the second is going to be equal to the median. I'm going to put that in yellow. Now, that mean, I'm going to take my blue dot. That mean is where? Right there, in the middle, right? Or median, I'm sorry. So how many numbers we got above that blue dot? 3. So that one is your first quartile. So I'm going to, I lost my, okay, there we go. I'm going to color that blue. And that's going to be my first quartile. And then, okay, why did it not link?
You get the answer to each one. That's going to be squared.
Okay. And then my third quartile is going to be right there. And we'll use that burnt orange. Nah. Let's use, I guess we'll use that orange. And that'll be that. Now, again, I'm going over this mainly because I'm covering 6.A and 6.B. I'm covering all the material in there. So I don't even care about the homework question. We'll look back at the homework question to answer your question. But what I'm covering is more important for y'all on the test, because if you can do everything I'm doing on this problem, either by the calculator, the Excel spreadsheet, by hand, or StatCrunch, then you've got the test licked, because you're talking about probably 60% of your test. 60 to 75% of your test is what I'm doing right now. The other 20% is going to be Z-scores. And then after that, it's, whatever's left over, which is definitions. So I'm going to take that. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. Control C, Control V, 0.361, 0.588, 0.512, 0.411. Looks like everything's good. You have to check. Why do you see me checking it? Because sometimes if you're off by one cell, when you move and copy and paste, it causes a real cluster. That's why. So you got to be careful when you do that. Y'all know what a cluster is, right?
Yes.
Okay, now while I'm drawing the bottom normal curve, I want you to be drawing your box plot. And I'm just going to add the mid-range right here so you won't forget that the mid-range is part of your number line. We'll add the mid-range right here. Mid-range right there. So hopefully you won't forget. Do your number line first. Even live PD was pretty boring. My son said, "This is these boring episodes." I said, "Yeah, they are kind of boring this weekend." I don't know. Okay, nobody's going to say anything.
Haven't had a chance to watch them yet.
Oh, you haven't?
I had a paper to work.
Huh?
I've had a paper to work.
Uh,
Sadly, it takes slightly more importance than PD.
Actually, if you were in psychology, you could write a thesis on live PD, pretty much.
Nah, English 102.
Oh, well.
Yeah, worth a shot.
All right, so your 5-number summary, your box plot, I'm just going to draw it because I don't feel like working on here. But anyway, here's your number line. And your mid-range, your min is 0.41. Your max is 0.65. And your mid-range is 0.53. Okay, somebody give me the middle of the left side and the middle of the right side. Let's see, 41 to 53, 41 cent from 53 cent is 1, 2, 12 cent, half of 12 cent is 6 cent. So that's going to be 47. And half of 6 cent here is going to be 0.59. Y'all check me. And then 41 to 47, half of 6 is 3. That'd be 44. And then that'd be 3, be 50. That'd be 56. And that'd be 62. Y'all check me. It ain't got to be exact. Now I take my 3 numbers. Take my 0.47. That's my blue. 0.47 is right here. Take my orange. And that's 0.6. 0.6 is right in there. And then take my yellow. My yellow is 0.51. I usually use black there, but red is my center. So it looks like to me that's a little bit skewed right. A little bit. Let's see what the bottom one does. So let's draw our number line. And the min is 0.36. The max is 0.59. Mid-range is 0.48 or 0.47. Okay, 3.6 to 4.7 is 11 cent. How much 11 cent is 5.5 or 5 cent? That'd be a 41. 5 cent here or 5 cent from, that'd be what, 54? And then half of 5 is 38. And then add 2, that'd be 44, 43. Add 3 here, it'd be 51 and 57. I think I'm about right. Now, my blue marker is 0.41. 0.41 is right here. My orange marker is 0.59.
You have a work email.
And then my yellow marker is 0.51. And the center is right here. This one looks a little bit more normal. It's only a slight little bit to the right. So I would probably say, let's look at the standard deviations. The standard deviations are about what? They're about equal.
The same.
They're about the same. So the data is not far off. You know, the mean is a little bit higher here, so the levels are higher. The levels are going to be a little bit higher since the mean is higher. Ms. Jeter, do you remember what was the problem? What did they ask that was the problem, do you think?
No, I can't remember. I know it was like when I got down to like the D and E, and I think they was asking something about like the mean and I can't remember, but
Okay, well remember what the mean says, the higher the mean, the higher the level. Whether you're talking about income or you're talking about whatever these things are.
I
don't
think
know
it was
what they
asking
are.
how the mean and the variance or the standard deviation was related somehow. It was like this long question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not going to ask you those questions, but we'll look at it. But usually when your variance, the higher the variance, the more leveled out it's going to, or the less leveled out it's going to be. So you're talking about hundreds here or thousands. So you don't see very much, you got a little bit bigger spread here. The spread's going to go here. S-P-R-E-A-D, I don't know how to spell. Okay, the spread is going to go slightly. This is a dime, this is 9 cents. So you got a standard deviation of a dime versus a standard deviation of 9 cents. Are we talking a major spread here? No. You see that the data on the first group is a little bit to the left of center, where the data on the right, on the second group, is a little bit what of center? Right. But the way that, see how these two right here kind of go together a little bit closer? When these are closer, that means that you've got data in that area. These are not what? These are not closer. You see what I'm saying? So that tells you that the data is more evenly distributed with the second group. That's about it. And again, you're not going to see a lot of difference here because, look, you got 0.49 here, you got 0.47 here, and you got 0.51 there versus a hundredth difference here, and these two are about the same. What can you ascertain about this data? It's fairly close. Why? Well, you're going to the thousandth. I mean, if you're measuring data to the thousandth, it's not going to be there's not going to be a very big spread unless you've got some crazy numbers. Let's look and see. I hope y'all got this written down because I'm not going back and forth to the spreadsheet. But anyway, let's go back to the question and see what it's asking. It's going to find the mean, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there's the standard deviation of one of them. I mean, there's the box plot. That looks like the box plot of the second group. It's a little bit right of center. Okay. I don't like their box plots because you can't hardly tell. You have to, first of all, you have to spread it out.
And you have to click on it.
Yeah, because you can't see it. Let's see. This one goes to this one. This one goes to this one. And you still can't see it. Well, anyway, that's that one. And that's D is that one. As you can tell, theirs looks a little bit different than ours. Maybe they did theirs on a calculator. And it says the standard deviation. Somebody give me 3 decimal places. The standard deviation for the East Coast. What's the standard deviation for the first one? That was the one that's close to 9 cents. 0.01?
5.
0.0?
I had the wrong number there.
0.85 or 86?
Oh, 86.
You have a work email.
And enter. Okay, well, it didn't tell us if we were right or wrong. Is that it? It says the question has not been completed. I'm about ready to quit. Okay, it didn't give me an answer. And it says, I hit enter. Oh, you gotta hit this? Oh my God.
No, let's skip to a completely different question.
No, if you go down to the, scroll down.
I'm scrolling down. I gotta type it in again. I can't. This is in I can't do your homework for you. That's why I can't type it in. That's why it's important that you send it to me. Hold on. Let's see.
Well, when I tried to send one of them, it wouldn't let me.
Ask my instructor. Send.
See? Yeah, I did that too.
You suck.
Yeah.
No, what it's going to do is probably going to send it like 3 times since I hit it. Hold on. Let me go look and see if it came in. Nope. Let me see if it's sent over 103. Nope. Okay, well, the only thing I can tell you is go back and I don't know what I'll tell you what. Let me go do this. Let me try this. Things I do for y'all.
I know.
Let me go back here and go back here. Y'all remember what? Well, hold on. There it was. There it is. No, that's something else. Okay. Let me go back here. And I'll wait on it to open. Maybe my Labs Plus is not working today. All right, there we go. 6, was it 6B?
Yeah.
And number, what? 10? All right. Somebody give me the mean around the 3 decimal places for the East Coast.
0.523.
0.523.
Wait, what?
Of course, they won't be the same numbers. I'm not going to go through all that again. Just try to pull, I tell you what you need to do, Miss Jeter. Try to go to the lab or try to send it to me again. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry about it as far as the test. If you can do everything that we did today, you're good for the test.
Okay.
All right? All right. Now,
thank you.
we're going to pull this up today. Let me go ahead and I'm trying to get, all right, let me go ahead and tell you this. I'm going to try to line Friday up. I got a 10-day conference Thursday and Friday. So I'm going to try to line up and we're going to do the pre-test Wednesday. And that way, y'all won't have to come to class Friday. Everybody with me? Y'all can work on your tests and work on homework or whatever. You got that?
Yes.
Probably get in trouble because, I don't know, somebody will say something and I'll probably get in trouble. But anyway, let me go ahead and pull up the handy-dandy whiteboard. But we got to hurry to get there today. So let's try to get there. I only got to show you 3 things. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the empirical rule example that you might see on the test. Now, this is also a standardized test question, and a lot of people get it wrong. Remember what I told you about this class, and 120. Why do people get it wrong? The way they read the question. All right, go ahead and write that question down, put it down as a test question and a standardized test question, and also put a star beside it because you really have to read the question. There's one word in this test question that will mess you up. And I want you to read it, and in about another minute I want to ask you, what do you think that word is? Oh, I had an email last night from a student. Y'all want to hear what it said?
Was it
I can't
positive?
get in. I cannot get into My Labs Plus.
Your response?
No response.
He's not even registered in my class. I don't know what he's on. Y'all know it's starting our 5th week. Y'all know that, don't you?
Yeah.
And I've never seen this student's name before. I can't get into My Labs Plus. I'm in your class. Okay? Did he put what class he was in? No. Did he put what section he was in? No. If it hadn't been for his email address, I wouldn't even know who he was. He just put, I cannot get into My Labs Plus. That's all he put. Thank you. People thought my generation was dumb. Good God, some of these people couldn't start a lawnmower. They won't start a revolution. They can't even start a freaking lawnmower. Now, this problem is really not difficult. All you got to do is draw the empirical rule. Go ahead and draw your empirical rule on this one. And if you don't know what to draw, just go ahead and just draw the curve right now and put your percentages in there, and we'll do the bottom. We'll fill the bottom in just a few minutes. But somebody tell me what word you need to highlight. Huh? No, but that's a good word. I mean, but it's not that word. That's not the word that's going to mess you up. Nope. What? What'd you say? She mumbles, and then after I ask her, after she mumbles, nothing. That's all right. Anybody want to take another guess? Please speak up and enunciate, please. Well, I'll highlight it for you.
Is it normally distributed?
Within.
That's where people get it wrong. Now, when you draw, and in fact, if you want to know the truth about it, there's no math involved with this question. This is nothing but pure reasoning. So if you get it wrong, that means you really do what? Suck.
Suck.
There you go. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out because I've learned it by heart by now, because I've studied it, because Hubert told me to study it. I guarantee you there's some people out there, All right, somebody tell me now what are we talking about? We're talking about pregnancy. Okay? Now I want you to think. What is your birthday when you're born? That's it. So what does that mean? What are you going to start with?
0.
0. And what's the standard deviation?
12.
12.
So that's going to be 12, 24, 36. Negative 12, negative 24, negative 36. It says within what?
36.
And this is what students do. I'm going to show you what students do. Oh, well, that's going to be 50%.
Nope.
That's going to be 50%. No, it's not. Why is it not going to, why is it not going to be 50%? I just don't know what I'm doing right now. I keep wanting to do the whole thing. I'm sorry. Students pick the right side. This is the error students make. Well, the answer is 50% or 0.5. And what they do is they circle this right here. Oops, not down here. Did it again. They circle this right here. Because what are we programmed to think? Negative or positive? We're all programmed to think positive. All right? This question does not say positive 36 days. It does not say after the expected date of birth or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it, okay? But they say within what?
36.
That's like saying within 5 miles. Within 5 miles of Anderson, that could be where? Anywhere around 5 mile radius of the courthouse. Because in any county, the courthouse is where everything comes from. Some of y'all didn't know that. I guarantee you there's some people in this room or in these 3 rooms that didn't know that. That's the center of the compass for the county. Okay? So the center of this expectancy is 0. Within 36 days means the preemies as well as the non-preemie. So the assumed answer is wrong. So what do? I'm sorry, not 50%. 49.85. Yeah, that's what you would come up with. 0.4915 is what you'd come up with. All right, that's wrong. So somebody tell me what's between, well, it's real simple. What's 15 cent and 15 cent? 30 cents. So 99.7 is the correct answer. Or point, and I mean that means we're going to have to do Wednesday. Oh. All right. 99.9970 is the correct answer, or 99.7%. Capiche? Now make sure you understand this question because this one will be on the test or one like it. Now the next question, I know my alarm went off, I know what time it is. Let's go to the next question I'm going to bring up. If y'all want Friday off, don't be going into convulsions. Let's see. Where's the example? All right, write this one down. Scores on the psychology exam were normally distributed with a mean of 57 and a standard deviation of 6. Whenever you see mean and standard deviation together, you know what that translates as? Draw the curve. Of course, some of y'all aren't going to do it because you're too lazy. But when you see normally distributed with a mean of blah, 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 and standard deviation, that means draw the curve. Mean is 52, 58, 64, and 70. Y'all check my math. 52 minus 6 is 46, 40, and 34. Again, check my math. 0.15, 2.35,
Priority 1 message coming in on
13.5,
channel.
34, 34, 13.5, 2.35, 0.15. Where are you get that? Hey,
Priority 1 message
Good
coming in
golly,
on secure
Mom.
channel.
it's got to be one of my kids. Only my kids could do like 5. No, it's people Skype it in. Yes. They're supposed to Skype in 5 minutes. I don't think it's 5 minutes. But anyway, 10:10, it's not. But anyway, now, they say, what is the standard score? Highlight this. Standard score is another word for what? Z-score.
Z-score.
But y'all are too stupid to understand that, so this book turns it into a standard score. All other statistics books say what? Z-score.
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 So evidently y'all can't understand what Z means, so they change it to standard score. For exam of 43. So here is the Z-score formula. X minus X bar over standard deviation. Now, I'm not going to finish Z-score today because I'm going to have to finish it Wednesday, and we'll go over the test Wednesday. So that means that y'all got another day to work on problems. But we got one more problem to show you so you can, but this is the first one. So plug and chug. What's the number they want? This is the number they want right here, 43. So Z is equal to 43 minus 52 over 6. And what's 43 minus 52? Say again. Negative 9 over what? 6, which is equal to negative 1.33. Y'all have to check my math. I don't know. Let's see, that'll be down.
1.5.
1.5, thank you. All right, and 1.5 is where? Well, on the Z-score, this is 0, this is negative 1, this is negative 2, this is negative 3, this is 1, 2, 3. So let's plot negative 1.5. Well, there's negative 1, there is negative 1.5, so there is 43? 43 goes right there at negative 1.5. Now, you're going to understand what the Z-score does. Write this down before you leave. Z-score lets us compare apples to oranges. And the next problem we go over, and you should be able to handle these problems that just ask this. Okay, just one sentence. If it has a paragraph and saying, you know, what is the difference between this person, this score, this test score, and this test score? If it asks 2 test scores, stop doing homework. But you should be able to handle these one sentence equations like this one. The next one we go over Wednesday, we'll go over the 2-part question where you're comparing 2 things. Okay? All right, y'all finish up. I'm not going to call the roll. I'm just going to give everybody a here. Y'all get out of here, and I'll see y'all Wednesday.